Ever heard of the belief that watching too close to the TV is bad? Or that X-rays are not good? Or that using mobile phones is harmful? Today, we are going to discuss and figure out whether some of the issues related to electromagnetic field exposure are facts or misconceptions. Living near high-tension wires is risky. This continues to live on even though it is already declared more than 2 decades now that it is false. In 1999, the National Institute of Environmental Health Sciences concluded that the scientific evidence suggesting that EMF exposures pose any health risk can be considered weak. Despite not being regarded as entirely safe, we can ensure that the likelihood of getting cancers by living near high-tension wires is incredibly faint. Living near high-tension wires are viewed as safe, making this a myth. Using mobile phone is harmful. When in use, phones emit low levels of non-ionizing radiation. This type of radiation is referred to as radio frequency. Different researchers are regularly engaging in scientific studies for finding evidences about the health effects of exposure to radio frequency energy from phones. In the span of more or less 30 years, scientific evidence still has not linked this to cancer. There is currently no consistent evidence that non-ionizing radiation increases cancer risk in humans. The only consistently recognized biological effect of radiofrequency radiation in humans is heating, National Cancer Institute says. But although the risk of cancers is not firmly proven, scientists have reported adverse health effects of using mobile phones, including changes in brain activity, reaction times, and sleep patterns. Mobile phone influences our nervous system. They may cause headaches, decreased attention, shortness of temper, sleep disorders, and depression, mostly among teenagers. And radio waves are not the only reason for such symptoms. This can somehow be seen as a fact. Watching TV at a close distance is bad. There is no particular evidence that sitting and watching too close to televisions can damage the eyes. However, it can cause temporary eye strain, especially to children. Children actually tend to not blink when watching TV or when staring at a computer and video game screens for a long time. So the thing that we can do is encourage them to take breaks. By doing this, we didn't just make them prevent eye strain but addiction as well. This is a myth. Using computer for a long time is unsafe. Computer is an essential part in everyday life here on Earth today. But using this technology extensively can have adverse effects in our bodily systems. Lots of health problems, physically and psychologically, follow it. Some of the most common health concerns are posture-related, such as back and neck pain, headaches, shoulder and arm pain, and other muscle-related and joint-related problems. Aside from this, the long-term effects are weight gain, vision issues, poor sleep, impaired cognitive function, and early death. Using computer for a long time is truly unsafe. Pointing laser directly into the eyes is dangerous. Pointing laser directly into the eyes is one of the most dangerous things you could do for someone. It is because the laser's light is concentrated into a confined beam, and if directed into a person's eye at a close range, most, if not all, of the light goes through the pupil. That concentrated light is further focused by the lens onto a sharp dot on the retina. Believe it or not, the power density from a 1 milliwatt laser, if focused to a point, is brighter than the equivalent area of the sun's surface. Thus, if the laser's light is aimed in a single spot for a few seconds, this can result to an injury to the retina. To hinder this from happening, we need to keep any laser beam away from a person's head and eyes. This is absolutely true. Exposure to X-rays is not good. X-ray exposure can cause mutations in our DNA that might lead to cancer later in life. Exposure to high radiation levels arises a wide range of negative effects, such as vomiting, bleeding, fainting, hair loss, and the loss of skin. The good thing is, X-rays provide such a low dose of radiation that they are not believed to cause any immediate health problems. While X-rays are linked to a slightly increased risk of cancer, there is an extremely low risk of short-term side effects. Undeniably, there are risks, but the benefits of X-ray technology generally outweigh the potential negative consequences of using them. This can be considered to be partly factual and partly false. The saying is indeed right. With great technology comes great responsibility.